panel and subpanel.
Code does not define the term subpanel. The terms subfeeder and subpanel are terms commonly used by home inspectors. Code references primarily two types of panels, a service panel board and a distribution panel board, or subpanel. Service panel board. A service panel board is a distribution or load center that contains the main disconnecting means, the main disconnect breaker, for example. This is the only panel where the neutral and grounds should be joined or bonded together. Distribution panel board or subpanel. Distribution panels or load side panels are downstream from the main panel containing the main service disconnect. In these panels, the neutral and grounds should be separate and the neutral bus should be isolated from the panel enclosure. The only exception to this is in existing detached structures where no metallic path exists between the structures. In this exception, a connection between the grounded conductor and the metal case via bonding jumper is permitted. According to the 2008 NEC, this is not allowed in new construction. So, in all cases, a 4-wire feed to the detached structure is required in order to isolate the grounded conductors from the equipment grounding conductors. There are two methods of providing ground continuity back to the service panel. 1. 4 conductor feeders with 2 hot or ungrounded conductors, 1 neutral or grounded conductor, and 1 grounding conductor. 2. 3 conductor feeders with 2 hot or ungrounded conductors, 1 neutral or grounded conductor, and equipment grounding through conduit tubing electrically linking the two panels allowed by Section 250.118 of the NEC. Questions when inspecting service panels. When inspecting the service panel board, an inspector may ask themselves, 1. Are the neutral and ground connected or bonded? 2. Is the panel cabinet or enclosure connected or bonded to ground? 3. Does each neutral conductor terminate at a separate lug on its bus? Questions when inspecting distribution panels. When inspecting the distribution panel board or subpanel, an inspector may ask themselves, 1. How is the service grounded back to the service panel? 2. Are the neutrals and grounds separated? 3. Is the neutral bus isolated from the panel enclosure? 4. Is the panel cabinet connected or bonded to the grounding bus? And 5. Does each neutral conductor terminate at a separate lug on its bus? An important note: every structure is required to have a grounding electrode system. If they are present in the structure, they must all be bonded together. If a detached structure has a remote distribution panel located at the structure, then it requires a grounding electrode system of its own. The equipment grounding conductor in a 4-wire feeder does not take the place of the required grounding electrodes. It is also important to understand that if the detached structure is being fed by a single branch circuit and it contains an equipment grounding conductor that is used for grounding the non-current carrying metal parts of equipment, then no grounding electrode system is required. Further evaluation. The inspector should pay very close attention to the grounding and bonding of all electrical circuits. Sometimes it is very hard to figure out which components are electrically connected to others. When in doubt, recommend a licensed electrician to look further.